Hello, all and y'all. This is Steven. Thanks for watching. If there's anybody out there, Monday, the 29th of September here, week one in the books of grad school at Southwestern College, counseling program. Week two started today, second class in multicultural awareness, just now, fresh off of the Zoom. What a week. Lots of reading, watched lots of videos, read many articles. May have overdone it on how much I ingested. The material's dense in some cases, very hard to understand. Talking about Freud, don't know much about it. Hard to grasp some of it, but pretty fascinating. And then some of these videos are just shockingly eye-opening and sad, and my perspective on a lot of the world is shifted. So I'm gonna treat myself with some grace, and I recommend other people do the same. Recently in a yoga teacher training program, one of the ideologies that was expressed to us about the program in general was learn it and then, believe what you want. Now, I'm not saying I don't believe the things that I'm reading, but to embody everything so immediately is a big ask. It's a very intense thing to have to expect myself to change so immediately and to incorporate so many pathways of thought that it's pretty intense here, for lack of a better word. So going to keep this short because I saw of the people who watched, most people only watched about 2.5 minutes. So that's okay. Watch a little bit, click around. Hey, try that. Try a random time in there and see what I'm saying at minute 7, because undoubtedly I'm going to ramble here. Already at 2 minutes. I've doodled a lot. So I took the Pomodoro studying technique that was given to us during our new student orientation of study for 25 minutes, set a timer, and then don't study for 5 minutes, and then keep that pattern going. And yes, it makes 2 to 4 hours go by relatively quickly, but I'm also covering a lot of material. And then in those 5 minutes, sometimes I need to walk and get some posture back in my life, because reading is this. I don't know. It's a painful thing. But if I'm feeling okay sitting, I've been drawing, and the drawing's just been fantastic. I follow some accounts on Instagram and kind of copy their doodles and take it on my own. And I've got some drawings that are coming from this old noggin here. Started with books at the bottom of a page, and we'll see what comes. Not going to show you here. The mask video, the Lilith Fair documentary. So I pulled up a documentary on Hulu that I wanted to watch anyway about the Lilith Fair, which was an all-female music tour spearheaded by Sarah McLachlan in the late 90s that I actually really wanted to go to. And then it didn't make it past a few years, but really hit home with a lot of the conversation about gender, about the male-dominated music industry. Was like, get out of here with all that. But then the people showed up. The people showed up and showed that it was a real thing. It was valuable, and that's it's still in the capitalist system that the women organizing the festival had to prove through the capitalist system that there was viability, rather than, of course there's viability. We're professionals. This is something that we want to do. But it still had to work within the confines of that patriarchal capitalist system. And then unfortunately, the press conferences that the artists had to go through over and over again, still belittling them, through its millions and millions of dollars of success. And gosh, I could go on and on. Great documentary, Lilith Fair. Whatever that's called, Hulu. Watermark. So I mentioned this last week at Southwestern College. Our entire educational process is put through this ePortfolio, that every class we have to submit something, and then through the various competencies, I'll get into that later, we have to write more narratives and sort of critique ourselves and catalog our journey through the program and as our transformation from novices walking in the door to people going for therapy certifications, licensure. So I got to sign up for Watermark, which is the ePortfolio platform this week, which was really neat to actually see what it looks like and then read through a couple of exemplars. Thank you to the people who submitted their ePortfolios for us to look at as examples. Really eye-opening and really spawned some creativity in me and brought the creator to life. So looking forward actually to creating some works of art and writing some things for that ePortfolio, of which most likely some of this series or maybe crucial elements will be added to that also. Look out for that in the future. Pretty neat. In human development class, the Applied Theories of Human Development, this week I'll be asked to lead a breakout group for about a half an hour through some topics that I found interesting or engaging or questioning in our readings, which were many. I've read a lot for that class. But I'm going to ask my group to use Bronfenbrenner's ecological model of human development, meaning there's more than just our family that shapes how we develop as humans. Society at large, technology, government, war, so many things. I'm going to use the example of somebody who lost a dog or a pet, and how they might be judged for that, and what sort of pressures from society or norms from society might influence how a person can successfully grieve the loss of their pet. The example in the book was a bereavement group of people who lost their spouses, so typically elderly people, a lot of disease. But I thought we could apply that similar model to the bereavement of a pet, which is, I don't know, pretty stigmatized. I'm fairly certain that y'all can see this here. I lost a pet this year, really impactful to my life. It's my sweet honey girl. I won't talk about her a lot because it makes me want to cry, but it's my first deep grief, and it's been hard to know how to do that correctly, or if anything's actually correct at all, since it's just a dog and sort of that sort of language. So really looking forward to that conversation. And then maybe I'll just leave on this last note. Psychology of Altruism course starts this week. Looking forward to meeting that instructor on Wednesday and the other students in the class. I've already read ahead on what our project is for that course, and I'm actually pretty excited about it. It's okay to feel excitement. It's a side note for me, but for you if you need to hear it. We could talk about that more in the future. But back to multicultural awareness course that I just finished. One of the required readings videos last week was the mask. What's it called? The Mask You Live In. It was so intense, and it was all about boys and the pressure put on boys to become men and the masks you wear walking down the street, and so much of it just hit home. Video games, feeling like you have to be a certain thing in our capitalist society, because again, I don't do that. I'd love to be a rich guy, I guess. I don't know. It feels counterproductive at this point. Sex is taboo. Porn is sexual education for boys. Like, ooh. I recently stopped watching pornography. Not that it was a massive part of my life, but I knew it was doing something wrong to me, and I think it was. So, and then a former president of Southwestern University wrote a paper on the masks we wear. Again, really well written. What I liked about it is that it provided a lot of examples of what you can do to stop wearing your mask, and put it all in a ceremonial context, pulling from other cultures, pulling from, sort of spacey subjects that we sort of devalue because it doesn't fall into our, patriarchal, regimented, everything. So the masks I wear are the clown. I try and make people laugh. I try to make me laugh. It's masking something. There's insecurity there. And then the know-it-all. I point out a lot of fault in other people. And I think it's impacted the relationships I'm having. So, hey, going out on a positive note. Happy to do this. If anybody listens, that's really cool of you. Again, thank you. And y'all have a great day. Cheers.